Picture the scene. I'm sat on a balcony having lunch, overlooking the 18th green, and I see a player coming up the 18th that's got a pretty straightforward shot like we've got here today. And I see them pull out their most lofted club and play actually a really nice shot, but they land it just on the green beautifully and it releases nowhere. Welcome to the little tip show. We are in association with 11 Golf, so go and check them out for yourselves. Now, I don't think that gentleman played a bad shot. He just played the wrong club. So what he was in, so what we had is, we had a basic shot just off the edge of the green. As you can see, got loads of green to work with. Now, a lot of the time you might pull a putter out, but in that situation, he had quite a bit of grass under the golf ball. So we got loads of green to work with, and he played actually a really nicely executed shot with his sand wedge or his lob wedge. Landed it kind of halfway here, and it kind of just sat down and kind of stopped and left himself with about a 15 to 20 foot putt, which I thought, you know what, there's no need for that. It's actually getting that ball on the ground, getting it running. But having the understanding of what you should and shouldn't use is something you need to obviously practice. Now, if you watch the shot that we're just about to play, which is a pitching wedge just off the edge of the green here, I'm trying to get that ball to obviously land as close to me as possible. Because what you're thinking about is if you throw a ball, if I throw a ball just to this point here, just in front of me, just on the edge of the green, then it's going to make it a lot easier than it is to be able to throw it all the way to that flag and try and make it stop. Now, if you watch golf on TV, you're going to see the top players, the Shane Lowrys, throw that ball all the way to the flag. Now, the thing with that is that, again, there's not a right and wrong here, but the facts are that Shane Lowry practices an awful lot when it comes to his golf, and he has a skill level that is allowing him to be able to play and execute shots like that under serious amount of pressure. What I want you to consider is, from this particular shot, I want you to consider using a slightly different club, something with a little bit less loft. I still want you to get it onto the surface as early as you possibly can. You remember, this is the most expensive part of a golf course, so use it. But I want you to consider going with something with a little bit less loft, that when it lands, it's going to release a little bit more as it works its way through. Now, the unwritten rule that I have is I go 75% in the air, 25% roll. That'll be my sand wedge. I go 50-50, which is always going to be my 9-iron, and then I go 25%, 75% roll will be my 7-iron. So with that in mind, if I worked out roughly where it kind of needs to be from this position with my 7-iron, just on the edge of the green here at 25% of the overall distance, and then 75% of rollout from there, as you can see, I've got more chance in getting that ball a little bit closer than I have with a higher lofted club. So for those of you at home that are struggling a little bit with your short game, not getting it up and down as much as you'd like from a pretty straightforward shot like this, consider using a little bit less loft. It's definitely going to help.